Okay, time to fire up the grill and get that campfire roaring. There's something primal and satisfying about cooking over an open flame. Our meat starts to roast as the vertical spit rotates. It's like a delicious dance of flavors happening right before our eyes. Nothing beats the crunch of fresh veggies from your own garden in shawarma. It's all about that perfect balance of flavors and textures. You definitely need to try one. What better time to bond with the kiddos than over a meal prep? It's moments like these that create lasting memories. As we take a break to enjoy some coffee, childhood memories are like a warm blanket, aren't they? And speaking of kids, it's always fun to involve them in the cooking process. You never know what stories they'll share. Listening to the kids chat while we cook is pure joy. It's a reminder to cherish these simple moments with loved ones.
İndi ne qara? Ha? Niye? Ya bəli, yemək üçün nə almaq lazım? Hər işimiz.
With all our ingredients prepped and ready, it's time to assemble our shawarma. Roll it up, share it with the little ones, and watch their faces light up with delight.
Yığaq bura hamımıza birdən paylayacağım. Qara ləzzət görsün. Öskürürsən hə? Hə, iki kişisən, nə olur sizə?
Ne yapayım?
Eləmədim. Hoppa, al, bu sənin.
Takıl daymam.
Sen otur bir yerde.
Benimki budur.
Nasıl? Bu? Al, bu senin.
Sağ ol.
Bismillah ne? Bismillah diyor musun? Bismillah demek lazımdır. Böyle. Allah. Ay sağ ol seni. Yemin bir. Ay no şükür. Bak.
İbrahim düştük yazdılar.
Super.
There's nothing quite like enjoying good food with great company. Looks like the kiddos are loving it. There's nothing quite like seeing those smiles of satisfaction after a good meal. And there you have it. A culinary escapade filled with flavors, memories, and plenty of laughter. Until next time, happy cooking, everyone. Super. Hello, everyone. Lovely to see you all again. For the cooking, you are to use whatever you have. Today, I've acquired 2 excellent turkeys, which I'll take care of. The morning appears dull, windy, and promising rain. It's good. I won't sweat while doing my job. Look at these pieces of poultry art. What could be better? 2 huge turkeys, well bred and fattened. To avoid waiting later, I decided to start a fire in a stove. The stove has to be hot when the time comes. These are my knives as well, masterpieces, but crafted by a blacksmith. My morning exercise? To sharpen them. Okay, let's check how good they are. Turkey is different from other poultry, usually. It's so big that you need to dismember it to get the proper pieces. Bones and joints are tough enough. I cut easily, as my instruments are made for this. Now I split the turkey in halves, after taking legs and wings. The halves are to be flattened for further cutting, so my knife will not slide off, and it's very important from a security point of view. Piece by piece is getting ready, and the flesh looks great. quite a portion. Looks like a big one. The full set of vegetables is waiting on the table. Onions, carrots, bell pepper, green chilli and quince from the fruit side. Onions go first. I cut them in semicircles. A lot to fill the basin. Quince and bell pepper follow, green and red. Chili ends the process. The vegetable basin is full. Spice time. Salt and black pepper go into the salad and are mixed. My sheep are having their breakfast. A kind of salad as well. I start to fill my cooking basin with components. First goes the turkey flesh, no oil. Turkey and vegetables actually have enough water to be stewed in their own juice. I put everything in layers. Poultry, vegetables, poultry, vegetables. A vegan variant. What a surprise! I put a basin on the fire and go to fill some water to add it to the dish. Now this is the second carcass. I will do it in a different way. Another portion of spices. Now paprika is added for being spread around and massaged in and out. As the carcass is a big one, we need a lot of spices everywhere, in all meaty parts. I will make deep cuts. It will get the spices inside the product, and aside from this, the cuts will allow the heat to make the meal better, passing through the incisions. Now it's time to get the carcass wrapped. First goes a cooking paper, and it's followed by foil. 2 layers to withstand the heat. The package goes deep inside the stove and then the lid is closed. Let it rest there. The damper goes inside, closed, not to let heat out. Time to check and stir the first variant of turkey. Some chickpeas to be added. I need some woods to make my tea. So I go and cut dry and unnecessary or ill branches. Looks like everything is good. Oh, smells tasty. Tea leaves are to be perfused with boiling water, and the pot goes upside of the samovar to get brewed. My seat and my table. Perfectly natural.
Yeki. Bak, tabii ki.
This is my friend, he-goat. He likes sweeties. Let him have a pair of lumps. And not forget to close and move away a sugar bowl. The first scouts have arrived to find out what they're going to be waiting for. So, the first portion of the dish is ready. Looks and smells nice. It will be served with a special type of rice dish, pilaf. The base is made of pilaf. The upper part is a cover of turkey and vegetables. You can see the steam going up. I guess it's time to get variant number 2 from the stove and unfold it. I unwrap the dish layer by layer. My small friend's team is here to help me with food. They look really hungry. The dish was waiting in the stove, not to be cold when its time comes. Time to take piece by piece and put them on the plate. Very tender meat. Perfect. It's practically falling off from the bones. Very juicy and crispy. Exactly what I was expecting. Now, it's my time to try. Super.
Super.
Hello, fellow foodies. Welcome to the picturesque landscape of Azerbaijan. Today, we're going to dive into the world of mouth-watering beef ribs. Get ready for a culinary journey filled with flavors and stories, straight from my kitchen to yours. First of all, let's start our flavoured journey by chopping the garlic and adding salt. First we crush the garlic, sprinkle it with salt, add black pepper, rosemary, paprika and turmeric. We place all this in a wooden bowl with a little corn oil. We add paprika, turmeric, and a pinch of salt to take our marinade to new heights of flavour. Then we spread this delicious mixture on thin slices of beef ribs, making sure that each piece gets its own portion of flavour. While our meat is nestled in the marinade, let's prepare the stage for our culinary extravaganza. Let's gather branches for the tandoor, a special oven for roasting meat and baking traditional Azerbaijani bread. Be sure to try it when you visit our beautiful country. And don't forget to tend your vegetable garden. Fresh vegetables make all the difference. While we were picking branches, memories of childhood chores came flooding back. Helping my parents in the garden taught me the value of fresh veggies and the joy of hard work. Chopping onions can bring tears to my eyes. But working in the garden fills my heart with nostalgia and pride. So I'm ready for anything. Memories of my childhood, when I learned from my parents. Always wash vegetables before using them. And watch out for onions, they can make your eyes water. So, let's get cooking. We start by frying the onions, then add the carrots, bell peppers, hot peppers and tomatoes. While the onions are sizzling, it's time to demonstrate our culinary skills. Let's start by laying out all the ingredients in a deep bowl, starting with the carrots, bell peppers and tomatoes. Spices are the secret to any good dish. So I always keep them on hand to give the meal extra flavour. Like bees outside, we buzz in the kitchen. And guess what? Our bowl of bulgur joins the meat in the tandoor, and the result is an unprecedented combination of flavours. I hang the ribs like clothes in a closet, letting them soak up all those tandoor goodness. But first, a tea break. Experimenting with different flower leaves adds a touch of adventure to our relaxing moment. Tea is a staple of Azerbaijani culture and is drunk in all weathers. Combine it with lemon and sweets, and you will get a tea paradise. When we check how our dish is cooking in the tandoor, the aroma alone tells us that it will be a culinary masterpiece. With a smooth flick of the knife, our beef ribs are ready to eat. And don't forget to indulge in seasonal delicacies like melon and watermelon before they run out. Finally, it's time to taste our creation. Super.
Super.
Sara oğlanım. Ay sen ya.
فعاليات روی سرزنی
That's it, a culinary journey filled with flavours, memories, and lots of love has come to an end.
Is this kind of cuisine?
Until next time, happy cooking! Hey there, my fellow food adventurers. Join me as we dive deep into the real mountain life, sharing essential tips for winter wanderers and embarking on a culinary adventure that promises to warm both the body and soul. From crafting a table out of necessity to preparing a mouth-watering mutton dish with spices and love, we're making the most out of these majestic mountains. Ready to feel the magic of the mountains and taste the richness of Azerbaijani culinary traditions? Stick around. This is an adventure you won't want to miss. Today, we're diving into the heart of Azerbaijan's snow-kissed landscapes. Imagine this, it's snowing, the mountains are draped in white, and yet I wouldn't swap my morning walk for all the coziness at home. Movement is life, right? And hey, today's walk comes with a twist. I've got a majestic Caucasian eagle joining us. Not your usual walking buddy, huh? So, I've been trekking these mountains for years and picked up a few tricks along the way. Ready to dive into real mountain life with me? Let's hit the road. Quick tip for the winter wanderers. Protect your gear like it's your treasure. And hey, while I'm setting up, hit me up in the comments. Are you into mountain hiking? What's your favorite season for it? Oh, and I've got this cool test for friendship my grandpa used to talk about. Lend money or take a trip together. Nothing beats a mountain adventure for that, right? Got the firewood all set? Guess what's next? If you thought bonfire, well, you're half right. But first, I'm crafting a table. Necessity is the mother of invention, my friends. Growing up, these mountains were my playground, and now I get to share all that fun and experience with you. Today's star, a beautiful cut of mutton. Nothing beats working with a view, and out here, it's 360 degrees of pure awe. No windows, no barriers, just breathtaking beauty. A little heads up when handling meat. It's not just about keeping your fingers safe, it's also about being precise with your cuts for the perfect dish. Spices time. Mixing up corn oil, ground black pepper, paprika, salt and lemon for that zing and aroma. For that extra kick, in goes the garlic and hot pepper. All marinated and rolled up. We're almost there, folks. break time, because why not? There's something magical about tea in the mountains, especially in winter. It's, well, just perfect. My feathery companion's back, and it's back to work for me. With a couple of branches, I got myself a makeshift stove. Frying onions and mushrooms, and oh, that aroma is heavenly. Our mutton soaked up all those spices. Might not look much now, but wait for the grand finale. Toss everything from the pan onto the meat, spread it nicely, and say cheese. That branch is serving another purpose. Time to roll up the meat. We wrap everything tightly for a perfect fry on all sides. It's showtime. Looks like my eagle buddy figured I could use some distraction. Playtime it is. Just look at him, bold as brass. Time for the big reveal. And wow, that smell. Craving that crispy crust, so the adventure isn't over yet. And here it is. Just looking at it makes my mouth water, not to mention that smell. The texture and flavors inside, just as I hoped. Super satisfying.
Super.
Enjoy. Thought we were done? Guess again. I decided to spend the night right here by the campfire. It's all about connecting with nature, welcoming the dawn, and, well, life reflections. Thank you for joining me on this adventure, my foodie pals. Until next time, happy cooking and take care. I decided to spend my day doing something in the yard, but what? Should I fill my watermill, or should I do something else? Aha, I have some meat. Why not cook it? And in the meantime, upgrade my water wheel. I know what I want. I want an automatic grilling machine. So, I'll build one. Every construction starts with a plan, and I do have a plan in my head. I select the place and bring a wheelbarrow full of gravel to make the first level of the basement. And before this, I took away some soil for a basement and used a metal bar to make sure it's the proper length for the construction. Now I'm going to make a flat surface. Now after this, I put a layer of bricks to have a more solid structure. I took a branch of a tree and with my axe I made a pillar. And then with a crowbar in my hands, I dug a hole to install it. Time to fix the upright pillar, to put it in the soil and to check the level. Is it horizontal? Yeah, it is. Last year I had some construction done and some bricks were left over, so it's a good use of them today. I did a second layer of a basement on top of the gravel, and now I'm erecting the wall. Pyramid style, you know, like in Egypt. The sheep wanted to bring me an old jar, but I refused. I kept the whole carcass of a lamb in a cold place. It was a young one, and they're the tastiest. No insides, no skin, just ready to cook. Remove the fat, which is not needed, and check for parts that I don't need. I'm going to take away all the ribs as well. Unfortunately, I've got to do it one by one meticulously. And I'm using a really very sharp knife. I don't need the ribs in the dish that I'm going to make. A backbone goes next, shanks and other bones. I'm going to use them later for the broth. Okay, that's it. Now I have everything I need. A piece of flesh, no bones, only meat. The only thing is it's not quite square, and for this dish I really need it to be a square, so I cut out what I want and make it into a perfect square. You know, meats really like spices, so I put them on. Salt, black pepper and paprika, turmeric. In fact, you can add pretty much whatever you want. I put that mix on the meat. It has a delicious look already, and no smell at all. Young sheep don't normally have any smell. Older ones tend to. Anyway, I wrap it around to give time for spices to melt with the meat. And the huge sausage we've got. Okay, so now I'm gonna add red sweet onion. It will give a taste and smell, and at the same time, no bitterness in the dish. I do put quite a lot of it. Mushrooms also to give a delicate smell and taste. Also quite a lot of them. I chop them in pieces. Red bell pepper will give us its taste and aroma. so we really will have a symphony of different scents. And now I cut green chilli, and I'm making sure that I remove the seeds. We don't want it too hot. Okay, so the onion goes on the fire. I put just a little bit of oil, you know, just to fry it, but not to boil it. Hello, Master. Don't you see I'm eating this tough plant? Don't you have something better for me? Oh, tangerine. Thanks a lot. Okay, so the onion's got its temperature, and it's time to mix it with the rest of the vegetables. I don't put any tangerine there. It goes to my cute goat. Ah, here we go. All food is better with garlic. Even an ice cream. I'm probably going to need a lot of garlic. It now goes into the mix, but I'm making sure that I don't burn it. I just want to make sure it gives away all of its aroma. So, mushrooms and a little bit of salt, and I mix it again to combine it with the oil. Now I'm going to add some dried barberry berries. We normally pick them in the forest, or we send Red Riding Hood to do it. Anyway, tomato, well, I just cut them, but you can also peel it before cutting. Tomato gives a kind of a sour note to the mix, but it's also very healthy for men, but only if thermic treatment is applied. So, I take the basin away from the fire and leave it to cool to some extent. And then after this, I spread out the meat blanket and put an even layer of vegetable mix on it. Now I'm going to put hard cheese on the top, a lot of it, with a very thick layer. And then start to make a huge roll, Azeri style, not Japanese. As a core, the metal tube is used with aluminium cooking foil wrapped around. And then I apply a little pressure to make sure it's tight and well sealed. Okay, so now I take the rope and I make a straight corset for my meat lady. A tight one with a lot of stitches around. The rope has to be thick because it has to sustain high temperatures. So now it's time to check the automatic grill powered by water. So I bring and install the metal bar, fixing it with a nail, and then open the water flow by removing the damper. The coals are already hot because I started the fire an hour ago. So we start the grilling process. As I already have some coals ready, I think I'll make some tea in a real old-time samovar, which I inherited from my grandmother. I insert coals into the top of it, and to improve the draw on the fire inside, I put a high tube on the top. Tea and samovar remind me about my parents' home. When I was a child, we used to have meatloaf only when celebrating big events, like my sister's wedding, or my returning from army service. And lamb meat is probably one of the most common meats in the country, and we use it on a daily basis. Okay, so the grill is rotating, the heat is doing well, and due to the brick wall, the heat spreads nice and evenly. Water in the samovar is boiling. I put tea leaves in a small pot to brew and bring samovar to a table, and then install the pot on top of the tube to keep it hot. Tea time. Strong, hot tea, boiling water, some sugar. It's pretty fresh outside, so the hot drink makes me feel relaxed. And the smell from the meat is divine. Soy sauce, honey and sugar mixed and melted together will make a really salty caramelized liquid if I spread it on top of the lamb whilst it's being grilled. I use a special cooking pan for this to cover it all over the meat. It gives it a lovely extra taste and crispiness. As the embers were dying out, I had to add some wood on the side of the fireplace. The heat will be kept in due to the brick wall. I wait a little more, and the meat is ready, and I switch off my automatic water grilling machine. So I can take away the meat tube, and when doing it, don't forget to use gloves, as the tube is really hot. I bring my sausage over to a plate, and you'll notice that the tube comes out really easily, and that means that the meat is perfect. Yeah, this knife is really sharp. The meat is soft, juicy and crispy. It's a divine food, there's no other words for it. I cut it into pieces and try. Super.
Super.
Hey foodie friend, get ready for a culinary journey packed with furry companions, savoury beef, and mouth-watering tastes that'll tantalize your senses. From cooking challenges with mischievous pets to creating flavorful dishes with fresh garden veggies, we're in for a treat. Stay tuned for surprises, twists, and a delicious sweet barbecue delight that'll leave you craving more. Let's cook up joy, share laughter, and make unforgettable memories together. Thanks for joining this flavorful adventure, and happy cooking. grab your apron and get ready, because we're diving into an unforgettable culinary adventure. I've got my trusty knives ready, and we're about to create something truly amazing together. Ah, the joys of having furry companions. They're like mischievous kids, always keeping us on our toes. But hey, they're not just pets, they're family, right? Trying to cook with pets around can be a real challenge. One moment they're innocently watching, and the next they're trying to sneak a bite. Gotta love their enthusiasm. Let's focus on the cooking, and keep an eye on our meat simmering away. I've got everything under control, even with these little troublemakers around. Adding a few special touches to enhance the flavour and aroma. Oh, the joys of cooking with fresh garden vegetables. You know, cooking is not just about preparing meals. It's a form of meditation for me. Taking things slow and enjoying the process helps me find peace and order in life. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Surprise! This salad is going to be anything but ordinary. Stay tuned for the big reveal at the end. It's going to be impressive, I promise. Who knew our furry friends could sleep in such interesting positions? They never fail to bring a smile to my face. Let's check if our dish is ready to taste. Patience is a key in cooking, but the anticipation is half the fun. Never underestimate the flavour of a good broth. It's like liquid gold that enhances the taste of any dish. Spices add that extra oomph to our meals, giving them a special touch that makes every bite delightful. Now, prepare for a twist. Nuts in our dish? You'll be surprised by the delicious combination coming our way. Honey and other ingredients might raise questions. But trust me, it's all part of creating a sweet and savory barbecue delight that will leave you craving more. Oh, the aroma of our dish sizzling on the coals is simply irresistible. It's moments like these that make life truly magical. Take a break from the hustle and bustle. Enjoy the serene view, the laughter of children, and the playful antics of our furry friends. Let's soak in these peaceful moments. And voila! Our main dish is ready to be savoured. Time to dig in and enjoy the fruits of our labour. Looks like everyone's ready to feast. It's not just about the food. It's about sharing joy and making memories together. The meat is tender and juicy, just as I'd hoped. Let's spread happiness and good food after all. That's what brings us together.
Super.
Thanks for joining me on this flavourful adventure, my dear foodie friends. Until next time, happy cooking and take good care.